So thank you very much. Thank you very much for the invitation coming here to your beautiful city, to Olomouc. And I'm really delighted to talk a little about our partner country initiative. And before I start, I also want to thank the translators for their great job in translating into English or the other way around. So we heard a lot already about partnership. Partnership without language, without understanding is difficult. So a big thank you to the translators. Yes, before I start talking a little about our partner country initiative, I want to talk a little about international exchange, and I really can do this short because Barbara already had said a lot about the importance of partnerships and working together also on an international level. And this is what I stand for. I really try to engage our colleagues in German libraries to become more internationally involved. And why should we do all this? Because we all work on the same topics. We are stronger working together, as we all know. And we can exchange our best practice, our experience to become better in our own libraries. And how can we do this? We heard about IFLA, the International Association of Libraries. There are also more other European library associations where we can involve. There are the binational relations, like we will foster now with our initiative for 2 countries, library visits, or also invitations to national conferences, like I was invited today to come to your place. Yes, so this is very important. In Germany, we also try to foster this. And I can tell you, I still hear a lot of voices coming from the libraries saying, yes, it's very important to be internationally, and we really support this for our library workers. But unfortunately, we do not have the time to do this, and we do not have the money to send one of our colleagues to an international conference. But for the others, it is really important. So these are always the arguments when we have to start saying, no, it is for every one of us. For every one of us, it is important to look abroad and to see that the library world is as big as our world as it is, and we need to work together. So, and one of the programs of working together more closely is our partnership initiative. And this is a very nice program. I think one of the best we had so far in Germany. And now I want to tell you a little about this partnership. It all started with an idea, or let's say a best practice. Barbara and myself were in France, and we participated at the French National Conference, and our French colleagues had invited guests from other countries to be part of their national conference. And Barbara and myself, we thought, wow, this is a nice idea. Why don't we do it in Germany as well? And this is what we did. We convinced our colleagues to invite some other colleagues from other countries. And we have every 3 years a big conference. We have every year a national conference, where every third is a little different and a little more on international matters. So for this big conference, we invited some guests. And perhaps you know that on the big book fair in Frankfurt, they also have a guest country. So we installed a guest country with Denmark as our first guest, and they presented themselves. They had a booth there, they had a speech on their library scene, and had some information about libraries in Denmark. Then 3 years later, it was Spain. We invited Spain, the Spanish colleagues. They participated in our conference. They brought some material, some information, and presented themselves. With Turkey then, 3 years later, we had the same. They came to our conference, but during the next months, we had some more exchange. There was a group coming from Turkey visiting German libraries, and we went to their national conference, so it expanded a little. And then with the United States, for the first time, we thought, okay, we always have 3 years. Let's fill these 3 years with activities, especially with this country and the library scene in this country, and get more details out of the library scene of the country. So then, with the US, we had a partner country, and at the end, they were invited to our national conference. And here we saw this was a mistake. It was the wrong. It was the wrong. The first. I don't know the English word, but first we should have done the invitation in our conference, and then have the continuation. Because with the US, we saw suddenly our colleagues in the conference said, oh, wow, the US is our partner country, great, what can we do? But then it was already over. So we had first the 3 years, and then the final in our conference. So taking this experience with our next partner country, the Netherlands, we changed it, so we switched it. So we started with a great start at our conference, so all our colleagues in the libraries knew, Netherlands, new partner country, and then we wanted to do a lot of exchange and study tours to our neighbor, to the Netherlands. And this is exactly the same format we then continued with our new partners, with our colleagues from the Czech Republic for the next 3 years. So, with the United States, for us in Germany, the United States are a very interesting library country, and another great thing is they speak English, so not a different language, so we get around with English. It is interesting to go there, but what we also had as an experience, the distance is quite far. We always have to fly, this is expensive, so we couldn't send as many colleagues as we wanted to do. It's always, a big thing to go to the United States. This was what we learned, but nevertheless, we had a great study trip, participated at their huge annual conference. This is an experience. 30,000 yes, 30,000 participants. And also, of course, we had different visits coming from US colleagues to Germany as well. Yes, so we thought, okay, the next country, the Netherlands, is very close to Germany. You can take the train or the car, you can even walk to the Netherlands. So this is great, and we will send a lot of colleagues to go there and to have a look, because for us, and I'm sure you agree, the Netherlands also is a very interesting library country, with a lot of developments going on, with a lot of new ideas they install in their libraries, and a lot of very interesting library buildings. So we wanted to get to know more and to see, to go there and to have the exchange there in their country. But then the pandemic came. So we had to switch again. We could send hardly any colleagues to go there by themselves. And so we thought, okay, now we have the partner country. What do we do? So we switched to the virtual and had this German-Dutch dialogue on the future of libraries, which was a webinar series, and we took topics which were important for both countries, had a speaker coming from Germany, a speaker coming from the Netherlands, which means you have to switch to the English language. And this means we had a huge global success, because suddenly people from all over the world could join our webinars. And so I can tell you, so we had 8 webinars and almost 4,000 people participating. So this was really a great success. So we saw, okay, this works as well. It was wonderful, but still we were very, very sorry that we couldn't, do the face-to-face exchanges. So this is what we learned so far. And we also learned and know that communication is very important. It is not only important to get to tell our colleagues, hey, we put a focus for the next 3 years to one special country, so engage yourself as a librarian, but also to make known what already exists, because in the relationships there is already so much going on, but colleagues, we don't know about this. And we can take more profit out of it. So we invented this logo, and it is not seen very well, but the yellow between the US and the Netherlands is a different yellow. And then we decided together with our Czech colleagues to have a different color, but the same kind of format. And here we learned as well, because this is the logo I prefer best. It is a combined logo with our 2 countries in our logo. And so we can, what we use this logo for is really put a frame around all the different activities. And for the publications we have, it's always the logo which shows, aha, this is part of our initiative. So, this was in general. So what does it mean, being a partner country, the Czech-German partner country? It started last year here, also in Olomouc, with our president of our umbrella association, BIDEA, was invited here, and you signed the mutual agreement, which only says very much in general, we want to work more closely together for the next 3 years. And we ask ourselves, what does it mean? What can we do? So the big start was on our national conference in Leipzig this year. In May, there was a delegation coming from your country, presenting your library country with a booth, with being there, with presentations in the program, with very different participation points. And here you have some examples, the wonderful booth up there in the colors of the logo, as you may recognize. And you brought materials in German for the German colleagues. You had an overview presentation about your library scene. Many different things were going on. There was down there at the bottom, you see the mayor of the city of Leipzig welcoming you and our international guests to the city of Leipzig and to the conference. So this for us was a great start, and we also had a brainstorming session where we said, okay, now how can we fill these 3 years? Because 3 years, it's both. It's a very short period of time. You know, you have to get started and so on, and whoops, 3 years are over. On the other hand, 3 years can be a long period of time to be filled with actions, with exchange programs. So you really have to, you know, see how you want to use this time. And also, when we decided on looking for another partner country. We were thinking, okay, now after all these different countries you just saw, now it is time to look for another country. Why did we ask you to become our new partner country? Because you saw we had the United States and other countries, they were more located in the West or in Northern Europe, so we thought it is about time to look more to Middle Europe. So this was important to us. Another big reason for us was that we are neighboring countries, so it is also, we do not have to fly, but it is easy to be reached into both directions, to really have the contacts to the meetings, make them more easy. And we also recognized that we do not know a lot of your library scene in your country. So it is interesting, we are neighbors and we know that there is already a lot going on in our libraries working together, but many of us do not know about it. So we thought it is a good time and good reason to ask you to become our partner, and we were very happy that you agreed. And this is why we are now for the next 3 years partners. And in this brainstorming session in Leipzig, we discussed, yes, how can we fill the next 3 years? So here are some of the topics we collected. Of course, advocacy for libraries. This is a topic which is important for every library in the world. Marketing of advocacy, lobbying, the funding, lobbying for funding. Democracy, integration, community, a big topic in your country as well as in ours. Lifelong learning, we heard about this. The SDGs, you had a great initiative, an annual topic. So this is also an idea. We were thinking of having a continuation of this topic for 1 year to really get into one topic in more details. So there are many ideas, of course. So we have enough topics to do exchanges, to do conferences together, to have a webinar series together, whatsoever. So here we also have some formats. We talked about those as well. What can we do? Of course, combine the virtual and the physical, because for the virtual, many more people can participate than really getting on the train and coming to the other country. The annual topic I just talked about. We also want to reach our new professionals. It is important to reach them when they start their career being a librarian. They have to understand the importance of international exchange. So, yes, and one of our the program we in Germany have experience in already is a program invented by the Goethe Institute, I can say. It is called Librarian in Residence. Here we choose a topic, have a competition for colleagues who are working in this field. So it is really a program for specialists already having experience in their libraries. They apply and they get a grant to come to your country. Now we will switch to your country from every partner country. Now it will be your country, to have the time of 1 or 2 weeks as they wish to really get in contact, see experiences, talk to people, get into their special topic. And of course they have to report back, so as many colleagues in Germany as possible will profit out of their experiences in your libraries. So we would love to have one librarian in residence even this year, although we know it is quite, the year is almost over, but still we will try to send one German to one of your libraries on the topic of partnership. As we heard, one of the most important topics. And then next year, we are thinking, we have not decided yet, we are thinking of the topic of connecting libraries. Yeah, connecting libraries, university libraries in your university surroundings, public libraries in your communities, between city, partner cities in the two countries, connecting with other partners in a city. So there are many, many possibilities of connecting libraries, connecting to your users. So this could be our topic for next year's, and we will have we will then have a competition, and hope that many of you will participate then and get the chance for you then to come to Germany for a special stay as librarian in residence. And of course, we hope very much that the pandemic will be kind to us and will allow us to send to some study tours or do some other exchanges as well. And for this, I want to announce that our next national conference will be next year in May in Hanover. Hanover is a city in the middle of Germany. And the call for papers, also in English, is up already. So you can apply there to send your topic for a presentation. It is until November 30th you can apply for a presentation, and then will be part of our program. And I hope that there will be a lot of people from the Czech libraries be in the program of our next year's National Annual Conference. So please take the chance and be part of us, as I am happy to be part of your conference today. And then I have to say we also are lucky enough to have some possibilities for grants as well, grants for you to come to Germany. It is, those are grants from BI International. Barbara is our speaker of this commission. So it is easy to apply for a grant, and you can either go to a library in Germany to stay there for a week or 10 days to really work there and make your experience. You can also find a group and come for a study tour and get a financial support there. Or if in Germany, if there will be an international conference, also in English, then you can also apply coming there and participating at the conference. So there is this possibility, and I will be, tomorrow you will have time to contact me if you need more information concerning that. So please come and get more information about the BII grants. It's a great thing, and it's easy to apply for, and I think you should really take advantage out of this now that we are partners. So, for finishing, I have to tell you a little story. And when I prepared my stay and my coming here, I thought, what can I bring to you? And then I had the idea that quite a few libraries in Germany have these library bags, as you have as well. So, but I didn't have a lot of time. There was only a few days time left before I had to leave to come here. So I wrote to the libraries in Germany and told them that I was invited here and that I would like to bring like a symbol of welcome to you coming to Germany, to send me one of their bags, and I would bring them here, and you come, please come and get them, the bags then, to have a little reminder of coming to Germany. It's like, the suitcase. It's not a suitcase, but it's a bag for a symbol of, the connection. There is a contact in each bag, so you can contact your bag library immediately. So within 3 or 4 days, 55 libraries had sent me their bag to my office. And you see there are some of the bags. So then I had to change my suitcase, of course. I had to take the big one. And I carried these heavy library bags here. And they are now in the room. Veronica, which room is it where you... So tomorrow, please come and get your bag. Otherwise, I will not take them home again. And the German colleagues will be very disappointed if I have to tell them that you didn't want them. So you have to come and get the bags. And I was really astonished how different the materials, the formats, the colors of those bags can be. So this is a fun story, and I hope you will enjoy taking your bag home. Okay, so this is already a good start for our partnership. I'm really looking forward to our next 3 years. I want to thank the participants of our working groups. We already have 2 working groups preparing all our activities. Tomasz is, of course, part of it. Veronica is doing a great part of it. So we are looking for a lot of exchange, and I can only say welcome to Germany. Come visit our library scene, and I say thank you, Dankeschön, and díky. Yes.